Mr. Ed here. Today it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fall day in southeast Louisiana. Today is October 22nd. Yeah, 22nd. And today I'm going to be doing something that, man, I'm just like pumped to do. Because I'm actually going to be pulling honey out of the horizontal hive. You're not going to believe it, but Good Time Charlie made this hive for me and Mona for Christmas last year. And we put a swarm of bees in it, and we're pulling honey from it this year. So by the grace of God, we're going to find out how much honey these bees have put in here, and hopefully these won't sting me. And we're going to get some honey, and I'm going to show you how I harvest the honey the old way of doing it. Let's wrangle some honey, all right? Now before we actually open it up, just want to give you a front view of what we got. The entrance, he's got, right there, we've got two little holes for their main entrance. And he's really done a really great job on this box. Right here, he's also added another entrance if I want to put two hives in there, where he can do it like this. But this one is strictly a one hive one. You know, I've always talked about I love keeping my hives under cover, and so this hive is right on our back porch. It's just sitting on the back porch. Yeah, I didn't have a shed yet, so I put the hive on the back porch to get the bees going in there, because I just love what the bees do when they're undercover. All right, let's take a look at the other side of it. Now this is the business end side of the hive, and you can see right there, look, he put a really nice St. Benedict medal in there for us, because I'm a big fan of St. Benedict from the Abbey. And he's got the box hinged so that you can work it just like this. And look at this. Look how he's got this thing's so nice. Now, all of the openings that he's got screens on, they've propolized them completely up. They propolized. Now this opening right here, you can put a feeder on, and there they are inside. You can put a feeder on this one, and on the inside, oh, look at that. So mud daubers built a little nest up in there. But if any bees should get inside, both the ends are open for the bees to escape. And when I started putting the frames in there, we never got to 30. I think we've only got 27. So there's our end board right there. And these are really nice. This is all cedar boards right here. And underneath the boards, well, of course, there's going to be frames underneath there. I'll be harvesting from this point right here to this point right here, and this I'll probably open it up just to show you what it looks like. Now let me tell you about the story on the bees that now occupy this hive. It was in late May, middle of May, late May. Charlie said, "Jeff, I got a swarm for you. Let's go ahead and set them up in the long hive." I said, "Great." So he brought him over, and Charlie, his traps, they're those deep traps. I don't know the size of them. Maybe they might be 16 inches deep, something like that. And he left the bees in there for about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. And when he brought them over to me and we took them out, the bees had built the comb underneath the frames instead of inside of the frames. So what we had to do was cut it off on the bottom. It made it easy for us because we had the frames already open. We could just cut the comb and set it in the frame, and they drew it out to almost fit that 9 5/8 frame, because they're all deeps in here. And we cut out probably 6 or 7 of them, and I'm really sorry I never made a video on us installing those bees in here. So we used all of the wax that was in there, and we placed those 7 or 8 frames in these first 2 sections. It might have been first 3 sections. Placed them inside of here, and that was it. And there was brood in this comb. It was all set up, ready to go. And the bees didn't miss a lick, because when we transferred all that stuff, it didn't even slow them down at all. And it was a really strong hive. It probably covered 5 or 6 of the frames, so there were a lot of bees in there. And about 2 or 3 weeks after that, I went back in there and I added 7 or 8 more frames in there. Now those frames I added in there were drawn comb. They were drawn comb, but I put them in there. And another 2 or 3 more weeks, probably 3 weeks later, then I added the rest of the supers in there. And that was the only 2 times that I opened up this hive. I mean, I didn't do anything. And so here we are in October, and that swarm that we put in here in May, we're harvesting honey off of this hive. I mean, this honey that I'm taking, it's not going to the Abbey. This is actually going to be Mona's and my honey that we're going to keep for the rest of this year. And I'm really looking forward to tasting what kind of honey these bees have produced for it. So let's go ahead and find out what these bees have been doing since they've been installed at the end of May. Alright, I got the smoker lit. Let's go ahead and put on my suit. Alright. Got the armor on. Now, this first one, we can just start opening this thing up. And they have bees even all the way down here, so let's go ahead and just blow a few things of smoke in there. And you know, I don't like using smoke, because I know it does stress bees, so I use it very sparingly. So here's the end bar right there, and this is the end frame. Look at that. And this is what you'd expect to see at the end. You see the hive beetles on that? This frame right here, I'm not even going to worry about this frame, because as spotty as that honey is right there, I'm not going to worry about that. But let me knock these beetles off and squish them. Alright, let's pull this next one and see what we got. Not much on this one either. A little bit. But no beetles on that one. Well, it's not looking so good so far. Not very much on that one either. At this rate, it doesn't look like me and Mona are going to have much honey. Yeah, a little bit more, but still, not very much. Decent, but I'm not going to be grabbing that stuff. Have all this. Alright, so now we're starting to get a little something. That's not bad at all. But still ain't the full frame that I'm wanting to find. Now, this one looks pretty good. Oh yeah. Look at that. I think what I'm going to do is just take 2 frames, this one and the next one, because it looks really nice, and let them have everything else. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's really nice. And let's look at this next one too. Yeah, I might get... We're going to go ahead and open up the whole hive, and look at that. That is nice. Again, another beautiful frame. I'm not worried about the bees having enough stores in here to get them through the winter, that's for sure. Yeah, now we're getting more into the bees as well. And that's a big heavy frame of honey right there. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, this frame right here has got to be 8 pounds easy. 8 pounds. That is a heavy one. Oh man, this is another nice one. But as you can see, it's all honey. Not a lick of brood on any of this. Another heavy frame though. And here's some uncapped nectar in there. So they're bringing stuff in right now, and that's our goldenrod that's blooming right now. They're going through this, so now we're already into brood. Look at that. We're into brood. And I could, as soon as I pick this frame up, the weight of it significantly less. And look at all that pollen stores right in there. Man, these bees are really doing well. Look at this. Now y'all might see that queen. She's on that side if she is. 'Cause I'm looking over here right now. A lot of brood. I don't see her. Of course, this is older brood, and I'd always expect to find her on the newest or uncapped brood. All right, y'all see her on that side? I see some uncapped brood over here. Oh, there she is right there. Look at her. Let's see. There she is right here. She doesn't look like a really big queen, does she? But I know I saw the brand new brood, uncapped brood down here, and then she was on this side. All right, let's put all these bees back together. We don't need to go anymore. Now you can see the rubber bands right there and right here. The other ones, they must have drugged them out because there were rubber bands on all of these. Ooh, our end board in there. Hive beetle down there. Let me get that gone. Great. Let's close this thing up. All right, great. So I'm going to grab these 3 frames right here. And it's going to be enough for us. And head up into the garage. We're going to take care of this stuff right now. Because I only got 3 frames of honey, there's just no way I'm going to dirty up an extractor. So it's just the simplest way of doing it. It is just scraping the honey right off of the foundations, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to place the comb inside of the colander and scrape it away. Man, I have got to taste this stuff.
You're gonna have to taste it again because it ain't. Okay, now I got it to work. Is it good?
I've got to get a taste of this stuff. Man, just a little bit, but it's too good. Now, just because me and Mona, it's just for us. I ain't worried about putting that in there. It's going to drain out. Oh, bees did a great job on that. Woo. There it is, all cleaned off. Now this, along with the other two, they're just going to go back outside and let the bees finish them off. And there it is. This stuff, I'll just let it drain pretty much overnight. And I'll show you what this stuff looks like come tomorrow. And all this honey that's up here is going to be in the bottom. All right, we'll check back with this tomorrow and I'll show you how much honey we got. Now, about 18 hours later, all of our honey, well, not all of it, but the majority of our honey has drained by gravity through all that wax and has gone into our drum below. Now it's time for me to get the honey that's in the tub right here and run it through the filter into my little bucket. Now I did want to show you that I did scrape out that drum really, really well. And you can see all the cappings that we've caught inside of our filter. There's the main filter and then the one underneath it. And there's really fine particles of wax in there. So all this now is going to be set outside and let the bees start robbing it out. And here it is, folks. The product of our little 3 frames of honey. About 3/4 of a gallon right there. Not bad. Just goes to show you don't have to have all that fancy dancy equipment that to process your honey. You can do it in your garage. You can do it in the outside. You can do wherever you want to do it. But you don't have to have that really fancy, high-class stainless steel equipment to to get you some good old bee honey. And you know, as that famous saying goes, I can't remember the guy's name, you know, being a hobby beekeeper, it's just a way of life. So thanks for watching. Keep on watching, and I'll be making more. God bless. Me and these bees back here, we're out of here until the next video. God bless everybody.